Hari Om, welcome. This week, we're going to continue the topic of meditation that we began last week, but we'll be highlighting some quotes from several faith traditions that will illustrate both the universality and importance of meditation and to offer a little source of inspiration as well. I'll start with a story of two yogis. There was one yogi who was so devoted to his meditation, he sat completely still, unmoving for 12 years. And during the 12 years, ants had built an anthill around him, so only his face was showing. And one day, coming by him, there was a great sage, Narada. And Narada is a legendary figure, noted for dropping into heaven every so often and then coming back to earth. So this yogi recognized Narada. Hey, Narada, are you going to be going to heaven pretty soon? He said, yes, I'll be going. Can you do me a favor? Can you ask the Lord how much longer I have to be here like this, meditating, before I achieve enlightenment? Sure, I'm happy to do that for you. And then Narada moved on. A ways further, he came upon another devotee. This one was different. He was dancing and singing and chanting. He also recognized Narada. Hey, Narada, will you be going to heaven anytime soon? Yes, I'll be going. Is there something I can do for you? Well, if it's not too much trouble, can you ask the Lord how much longer I have to be in these practices until I get enlightened? Sure, I'm happy to do that. And time went by. Narada went to heaven, and he came back down that way, first again to the yogi with the anthill. Oh, Narada, did you go to heaven? Yes. Did you talk to the Lord? Did you find out how long I have to be like this, meditating? Yes, the Lord said, you have to do this for 4 more lifetimes. What? 4 more lifetimes? 4 more after all this time? Well, yes, that's what he said. What can I do? Narada moved on and again encountered the other yogi, again singing, dancing, chanting. Hey, Narada, good to see you again. By the way, did you get a chance to go to heaven? Yes. Did you ask the Lord how much longer I have to be doing this? Yes. So what the Lord said is, please look at this tree that you're dancing under. Yes. See how many leaves it has? It's a big tree. Many, many leaves. Can you count how many leaves on the tree? Sure, if that's what you want me to do, I can do it. He says, no, you don't have to count it. The Lord just wanted to say, you have as many more lifetimes as there are leaves on this tree. Really? That's all? There's an end to it then. I could see an end in sight. And this yogi was filled with joy at this news. And with that, a chariot came down from heaven with the Lord on the chariot saying, son, your willingness and your openness and your faith has made it so that you can come right to heaven right now. The story illustrates how important our attitude is. Enlightenment can come any moment. Don't always think it's so far away. That's also a trick of the ego. We don't know any moment. So keep that story in mind. We'll move on to a few of the quotes. The first quote is from Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. It's just a basic definition of meditation. When the mind achieves an effortless, unbroken flow of attention toward the object of contemplation, that is meditation. The key thing to notice here, effortless, unbroken flow. This is to emphasize a Again, that meditation is not a forceful practice. It's a flow of attention toward an object of meditation. In Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, there's a wonderful quote. Just as a drop of water that falls into the ocean will never disappear until the ocean runs dry, merit dedicated to enlightenment will never disappear until enlightenment is reached. I'll read it one more time. Just as a drop of water that falls into the ocean will never disappear until the ocean runs dry, merit dedicated to enlightenment will never disappear until enlightenment is reached. 3 words I'd like to highlight: drop, fall, and ocean. Drop of water means a little bit of practice. A drop of water being compared to the ocean. This littlest bit of practice that falls into the ocean. The falling means your dedication, your practice, your persistence. And ocean is enlightenment. So a little bit of practice, a little bit of devoted, regular practice leads to enlightenment. It's the essence of that quote. The next is a very inspiring quote from the Bhagavad Gita. In this practice, no effort is lost, nor are there adverse effects. Even a little practice of this Dharma protects one from great fear. I'll read it again. In this, no effort is lost, nor are there adverse effects. Even a little practice of this Dharma protects one from great fear. The first sentence, in a way, really is captivating. In this effort, in your yoga practice, no effort is lost. Every time you sit for meditation, no matter how you experience it as peaceful and wonderful or a total chaotic tornado, there's no adverse effects and no effort is lost. You have made progress even if you don't feel it. And a little of this practice protects one from great fear. So every little bit counts here. Next quote is from the New Testament in the Gospel of Matthew. And here we have some wonderful symbolic language. When you pray, you should go into your inner private room and close the door and pray to your Father who cannot be seen. Your Father can see what is done in private, and you will be rewarded. Read it again. When you pray, you should go into your inner private room and close the door and pray to your Father who cannot be seen. Your Father can see what is done in private, and you will be rewarded. Inner private room really does seem clear that we're talking about going within the mind, a private, inner private room. Close the door. Focus within. And then he says, pray to your Father which cannot be seen. We meditate, we pray. Not that we should grasp the truth, but that the truth should grasp us. The finite mind cannot grasp the infinite truth, the self, the God. So you pray to the Father who cannot be seen. You meditate. And then what is done in private will be rewarded. That means when you keep your attention inward, you will receive the reward. A quote from the Psalms. I have set the Lord continually before me. Because the Lord is at my right hand, I will not be shaken or hurt. I have set the Lord continually before me. Because the Lord is at my right hand, I will not be shaken or hurt. The first part really reminds us of the first part of the Yoga Sutra definition of meditation. Set the Lord continually before me. Unbroken flow of attention in the sutras. Set the Lord continually before me in the psalm. And then the results of doing that, because the Lord is at my right hand, I will not be shaken or hurt. Which reminds us of the Bhagavad Gita quote. A little practice of this Dharma protects one from great fear. Here, because the Lord is at my right hand, I will not be shaken or hurt. And the symbolism in Judaism for a hand is, it symbolizes the full power and manifestation of God's power. The full power, the full manifestation of God's power. Because the Lord is at my right hand, I will not be shaken or hurt. That also shows us the power of meditation, what's ahead for us. And the final quote is from Rumi. Right? So Rumi was a practitioner of Islam and well known as a poet. His quote is, "The universe is not outside you. Look within yourself. Everything you want, you already are." The universe is not outside you. Look within yourself. Everything you want, you already are. There's not much to add to this. But it's something we should affirm every time we sit and meditate. Every time we feel a lack in our lives, or we have a desire that's not being fulfilled, when we have dissatisfaction, look within. Everything you want, you already are. Not you'll already get or someday get. You already are what you want. So I would suggest thinking about some of these quotes, seeing what resonates in you. Maybe one will resonate more than another. Focus on that, think of that, contemplate that. It's important to keep your inner fire inspired. Always look for ways to keep yourself inspired. But the rewards of meditation are there. That's what we mean when we say yoga is a science. You will get the rewards if you continue. So keep an open mind, an open heart, and remember to love one another and serve one another. That's the other side of meditation. We spend some time going within every day, and we spend some time serving others selflessly. Be well. Thank you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light.